Alright, hello everyone. We're gonna come back with another Swgoh video, or Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and we're gonna do another unlock guide. This time is for Jedi Knight Revan. I'm gonna, first things first, say that, as with my previous Revan guide, the Darth Revan guide that is, these units are higher gear, and they're because I needed them for the Malak event. That being said, you do not need... I'd follow the recommended gear, or even maybe a little lower. I'd say try to min-max it, because this event is easier than the Darth Revan one, and it's way easier than the Malak. It's the easiest one out of the Revan's one. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go tier 1 with Mission in Zalbar. This is gear 6. I do have the Zeta on mission. It doesn't matter too much. I don't think that, these guys have not really good mods. I'm not going to worry about it too much, though. I'm just going to play the rank because they're a bit higher. Everyone's like, quite the character. Here's the Revan mission Vale. Zalbar teamed up to infiltrate a criminal hideout in order to rescue someone named Bastila Shan, and the hideout turns out was guarded by a Rancor. It's okay, Big Z, we got a new friend. We can do this. First things first, you always want a 4x it, just gonna make it go faster. But because this is an easy, this is the first one, you're just gonna go straight for damage sake. So I'm gonna keep going basic. I'm gonna do a mark with Revan. Revan's really going to be your key. I'm going to try to get an armor shred. No armor shred, but let's just keep doing damage. So I'm actually going to swap. I'm just going to deal physical damage to all enemies. So mine's going to be going a little faster because I have the mission Zeta. But you just want to keep doing damage. It's kind of simple. This event is not going to take you many tries, thankfully. Rancor, right? And they're not doing much damage. And should be done just soon. And there we go. That's it. Just dealing damage. There's no specific guide or strategy to this one. But yeah. It's not bad. Tier 2. Small note, just you want to use Bastila as the lead, because she's the only one with the lead as these characters. Bastila is gear 12, of course, for the Revan event. Slightly modded, not good mods. Just gear 12. You don't need this much. Like, I'm going to say that multiple times. You don't. Like, if you see how low their health is, I think I did this with like a gear 6 or 7 at most at the end of the event. That's easy. But I just wanted to walk you through it if you need any help. After they infiltrated the criminal base, Revan and the companions freed Bastila Shan, bravely facing the criminals and other seedy tech. Records are inconclusive, but it seems like it happened deep in the bowels of the terrorist center city. And they've come to rescue the Jedi. Stop them. The Jedi has rescued herself. Thank you very much. Got a cartel bruiser. So with Bastila, because dispelling all debuffs and then give both ally, you're going to always want to do Revan, because he's going to be your main damage dealer. And then because you can swap a turn, pass it, Revan is going to do a lot of damage, so he'll be your main damage dealer. As such, and there goes the cartel spy, and lastly, on to cartel bruiser. There he goes. Just gonna mark down the mob enforcer. There she goes. Pirate leader. It's not hard. And Revan's gonna do a lot of the carrying. You don't need a 3-star. No one needs to. Not everyone needs to survive. Just someone does. All right. Now you have T3. This is what my T3 was going into the event, and this is what he still is. I'm not going to upgrade him. He's not really needed for anything. So he's the only part that stayed the same for this event. He'll probably die, but I'm expecting that because I don't use him. And in order to get off Tantus, Revan and his companions had to fight their way through a Sith base to obtain orbital defense system codes. T3 and 4 get the door open. Beep, boop, beep. Alright, we're going to follow along on the same principle of Revan, but we're going to swap back, so we're going to use Master Strategist. Switch, back to Bastila. Sith Commandos, we're just going to AoE here. We're actually going to use T3 and 4 to try to dispel buffs. Kill Sith Commando. There we go. And then down to the Sith Marauder, some more Sith Commandos. Oh, a hard event. Nice. Its event is not bad. Don't need gear 12, I just have them up for the Malak event. I will eventually be doing a guide for Malak event. I could probably do it today, it's going to take a little while. At one point it seems like Revan was on Tatooine. According to this, part of it was to save some miners who were under attack from Sand People. I wonder what they were on Tatooine for. What are they called? I wonder why they were called Sand People. Do you think they're made of sand? Beep boop boop beep boop. I haven't thought of that. You might be onto something. They're attacking. Miners, get into the crawler. Everyone else, defend it. I'm just going to keep calling Revan here. It's going to go the same principle as he's the main damage dealer. I'm going to call it back to Bastila. We're going to keep that same strategy. The rest are here for filler. And we're just going to AoE, get some damage in. Yep, that was the hope. Now, Tusken Elder. Just gonna AoE, get maybe some damage, and that's. Just kill him first. They're doing some damage, but not a lot. Let's see, 4,000. They're struggling a little bit, but it's not too bad. So, I'd just say follow recommended gear levels. I know I did lower whenever I did, but I'd say you could leave one character off of not getting. Like I left T3, you could leave another character. I think T3 makes the most sense though. You don't need him in any other aspect of the game, and Zalbar is very much needed for the Malak event. And there he goes. There's that tier down. Versus the Sand People. Alright, second to last one. Sith World. Actually, let's just keep going. No need to stop. We're going to use Bastila for the lead because she's the only one who's the leader. Oh, this sounds fascinating. Revan and the companions were on a planet Korriban. I've never heard of that one. Interesting. It looks like they did a lot while they were there, including a trip into the depths of a Sith room where they met a Sith spirit. What a wild story. I'll destroy you and plunder the treasures of this tomb will be mine. Soldiers attack these interlopers. I sense a strange presence in this tomb. There's something here far more powerful than these Sith. CT3 got nuked out, but everyone else is still standing. This is where the event takes a little, it's a bit harder, but it's not too bad. We're going to keep going on the same philosophy as Revan, because he's the main damage dealer. We're going to pass the turn back to Bastila. We're going to use her other one to try to dispel, but we got the kill, so even better. We're just going to use the basic so we can save the AoE for next wave. Just one Sith soldier and the rest, so we can mark them down. Let's get the rest to attack. Dealing a bit more damage, but that's fine. Let's AoE here now. We can't do the other one yet, but let's keep calling Revan so we can heal him up a little bit. And does it heal now? It does. Let's pass it over. So I'm not, because we're going to save it for the next wave. There goes that Sith soldier. Another wave of just facing them down. And here I am going to use it. Basic. Revan. We're just going to save the specials for the next wave. Alright. Down to the final tier. I see a great light. Could it be Jedi here? It's a Sith spirit. I don't see any one of those every day, or ever really. The spirit's dark power will you mine, Jedi. We're gonna use strategic advance to call Basilisk, get another assist. Get a little blind so they can't get hit. We're gonna use a special, and we're gonna try to heal Zalbar with this ability while swapping to Bastila. And we're gonna swap this back to Revan with the other ability. And we're going to use Revan again for the damage. And we're gonna Zalbar AoE. I'm gonna go after the Sith Commando. Back to Revan. And lastly, let's mark him down. And then you just gotta get through this now. I'm actually gonna pass this over because it's only like a 1-turn cooldown. Yep. So we can basically. Your heroism and sacrifice have shown me the light. I have so long blind too. I have regretted for so long all that I've done. If I could return to the light. Held on to that darkness for so long. Now I am free. Thank you, hero. Alright. The final tier. Sorry, I'm eating food. Alright, the final tier of the event here. This is the hardest one, but it's not too bad because you only gotta face one enemy. And this is it. And Revan feels the most powerful healer here as well, so it's not too bad. And I rather like this one. On the way to the tomb, Revan faced a vicious Terran tech. I don't know how to say it. These things are deadly apex predators that are rumored to have a preference for Force users. I've heard about these things. It's a blank. They feed on Force-sensitive beings. Be careful. And so we're going to go through the mechanics real quick. I'd just like to have this open. You don't need it. So the first things first with the mechanic is we're going to look at and we're going to hold and click harden Carapace base. Massively increase defense until critically hit 3 times. So that's going to be our goal. First things to do to critically hit 3 times. And now let's look at the other thing that they have. Force Hunter. This unit cannot stealth, and the will prefer to target to attack it. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's on the worst. I'm going to use Strategic Advance. We're going to give it back to Revan. Oh, so no assist. So no crits, which is not fun. But if we do Rally on Revan, because it gives critical chance up. Nice. So there's one. And we're going to use the direct focus to call everyone else. And there it is. And now it has Open Wound. Reduce defense and tenacity from its other one. So now you can start doing damage. So all of them have days here. So I'm actually just going to hit a basic here. So we don't waste this done. Now here we're going to use Master Strategist to call back to Bastila because this dispels all debuffs on all Jedis and Old Republic allies. Now its defense are high, but we're going to go for a power blast. Sad that you couldn't get the armor shred. But we're going to go back over, keep calling Revan, and then we're going to call... We're going to hope for a critically hit here. Alright, an open wound. Now, here is where you can... That looks pretty bad. Dispel all debuffs on target ally and recover 40% health. The other part is the Zeta, so I'm assuming you guys don't have that. So, you don't need Zetas for this event, if that wasn't clear as well. Always call Revan, as known. And now here we're going to swap it over to Bastila. Use basic, call Revan. Basic with Revan. We're just going to start trying to get crits here. And here we're going to wait for direct focus. And we're here because this strategic advance dispel all debuffs on the target other Jedi ally. They assist and use their basic. And we're going to pass it over to Bastila so she can dispel. I'll dispel the debuffs. We're going to use and then we're going to pass it over back to Bastila, heal up Zalbar in the process, and go back to Revan. Keep calling Revan. We're going to call Revan as we did before, and now we're going to try to pull back Terminator. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. And now we're going to heal up. Use a power blast. Hope for one, and we didn't get it. That's fine. Strategic advance on Bastila. Special. Keep calling Revan, because they don't have days. Now they all have days. And now perfect timing for Master Strategist. So let's pass back over to Bastila, because all of our specials are on cooldown. Let's give back to Strategic Advance. Basic. Called Mass Swarm. And we should be wrapping up right here with this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this one. Yep, and there it is. It's not bad. I think it's easier than the year before. Of course, you can get to close to death a few times, but that's the Jedi Knight Revan event. It's really not bad. Basically, all of my characters were unmodded. Jolie and Bastila are the only modded ones. I don't know if Jolie even has a full... He has some mods, so... anyway, that's it for Jedi Knight Revan. Let me know what journey you want me to do next. I don't have all of them unlocked, but when I get more of them, I'll keep doing them. Alright, thanks guys.